Hi there, this is video 14 and it handles pages 29 through to 33 in your notes. All right, let's look at putting our dashboard together. We've got our data sitting in one sheet. We've applied our calculations both to the data and aggregately in our calculation sheet. Now we want to create a new sheet, which is actually our chart dashboard. So I'm going to insert a new sheet just by hitting the circle and the plus at the bottom here. I'm going to double click its current name. I'm just going to call it dashboard. I'm also going to click in the cell A1 and type the word dashboard. To make it larger and easier to see, I'm going to increase the font size to 20. And I'm going to make it more dashboard-esque by get rid of these grid lines and get rid of these columns and row headings. So we go to View and we take off the grid lines and we take off the headings. And now it looks more dashboard-esque. All right, now what I want to do is I want to actually create my first set of data, my first chart actually. So I'm going to go to calculations and I want to select this entire range here. That is D2 to E10, the departments and all their numbers. And I want to graph that and put it on my dashboard. So once you select the cells, the best thing to do is press the function key F11. And F11 automatically creates a column chart of your data. But what I want to do is I want to show this as a donut. So I'm going to head straight to change chart type. Do be aware you can use the ribbon or you could just right click and change chart type here, but I'm going to use the ribbon because it's easier for you to see on the video. So I'll change the chart type. Now a donut is a subtype of a pie chart. So we choose pie chart here and there's 2D pie, there's 3D pies, there's different types of pie charts, and the last one, if I rest on it, is actually a donut. So I'm going to choose a donut and okay. Now what I would advise you do is you go to quick layouts, and as you roll over each layout you can see what the different layouts look like and you can decide which one is really what you want to use. And in this particular example I want to use layout 1, so they're all numbered, so I'm going to go for layout number 1. Then what I advise is you choose your colors if you want to change them. So change colors has colorful palette 1, colorful palette 2, 3, 4, and some monochromatic palettes as well. So for this particular chart, I want to choose color palette 2. From there, I would choose a style. These are all your chart styles, and as you rest on them, you can get a preview of what they all look like. And they're all numbered, and that's how you can refer to them. Now, not only is there more than 8, you just hit this more button and you can see there's actually a style 9 and a style 10 as well. So it's a matter of choosing the style you like. I would like to go for style number 6. So I'm going to click on style 6. Then what we want to do is we want to change some of the chart elements. You could either use this button here, or when you click on the chart, there is a green plus. Also, if you click away from the chart, they disappear and chart design disappears from the ribbon. But as soon as you click back on the chart, you should be able to choose chart design in the ribbon and get access back to these buttons. But let's go for the green plus. Now, when we go for the green plus, we can decide what we want to tick and untick. And I think we could untick legend, which is this thing on the right hand side. I don't think it's necessary because it's encapsulated in what we call the data labels. So let's take the legend off. So the legend disappears from the right hand side. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to actually customize the data labels. I can see that the value, like property and planning, shows and a percentage shows. But I actually want to see the number as well. So I'm going to go to data labels. I'm going to hit the chevron to the right of data labels and go for more options. Not only do I want to see the category name, which if I untick and then retick is the actual name of the department, not only do I want to see the percentage, but I want to see the value as well. So we're ticking that option there. Category name, value, and percentage is what we want to see on our charts. I'm now going to close that task pane and that's that bit done. Now the other thing I want to do is I just want to move the labels so they can clearly be seen. So I'm just going to click on information technology and just pull that out a little bit. I'll click on corporate planning, pull that out a little bit, and also customs, pull that out a little bit. So you can actually sort of pull these if you need to, and just pop that where I want that to go, just hone in on it. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now the other thing is the title. I'm going to click on no here, and I'm just going to type staff numbers and percentages, and I can see that up in my formula bar. As soon as I press enter, it applies it to the chart label. So now I've got a chart title, which is really important, describing what the chart is showing me. Now I want to move the chart onto my dashboard, which doesn't mean that I've finished customizing it, because you can continue to customize it when it's on the dashboard. So you can move it at any time. This button here, move chart, is what I'm going to use, and I'm going to make this chart an object in the sheet called dashboard. An object in the sheet called dashboard, and okay. And there it is. It's now an object, and I can move it in the sheet called dashboard. You can move it, resize it, whatever you like to do with it. But that's the first chart on our actual dashboard. I'm now going to continue to make all the other charts that I want to appear on my dashboard. So the next chart I want is the staff by job title chart. I'll go to calculations, staff by job title, click here and go Control A to select all that data, F11 to select all that data and chart it. Change the chart type to a bar chart and OK. And as far as the design goes, it's layout number 2 and it's color palette number 1 and it's style number 6. And we've got a title that says staff by job title. Enter. I'm now going to move it onto my dashboard. Move chart, make it an object on the dashboard and OK. Oops. Move chart, make it an object in the dashboard and OK. Move it up, just referring to my notes to make sure it looks the same, and stretch it down and in a bit. Now I don't need the legend, so while I'm here I'll hit the green plus and I'll turn the legend off, which is just that little no at the bottom, and that's that second chart done. Now let's create the average age histogram. So I go back to my calculations. Notice even though that we protect the calculation sheet, we're still able to graph it, which is brilliant. Okay, so now I'm going to select Q3, 2, and Control A and F11 to chart that. Change the chart type to a histogram and OK. So there's my histogram there. Then what I want to do, just checking everything here, is choose layout number 3. Oops, layout number 3 and color number 2 and style number 4. Here we go. And I'm changing the title to average age histogram. Oh, that's formatted differently. Oh no, it's correct. And then enter, that's that done. And then what I want to do is move it onto my dashboard. Move chart, make it an object on the dashboard, and OK. And then that sits about there. All right. Next one I want to make average age by gender chart. So average age by gender means that I go back to calculations, I click on T3, I press Control A, I press F11, that makes that. Now the average age by gender is a pie chart, 3D pie chart. Change chart type, pie, 3D, OK. Now as far as the details go, it is layout number 1, it is palette number 2, and it is style number 6. It has the title average age, by gender. It has also got, that's pretty much it. So we're going to move that. Let's just move it and then just see what else we want to do to it. move it to the dashboard. Looking at that picture in your notes, it sits about there underneath the histogram. I'm not seeing a legend, so I'm going to turn the legend off. That's not on there, and that's that chart made. Right, I'll just hit the minus a bit just to see more on my screen. Now what I'd like to do is the full-time, part-time and parental leave portions chart. Okay, so that's a tree map chart. So we go to calculations, we go to W3 or 2, Control A to select all, F11 to chart, change the chart type to a tree map, and OK. So a tree map is like a pie, only square or rectangle. We are going to then choose layout number, it hasn't chosen a particular layout. We're choosing color palette number 2. We're choosing the style number 5. And we are unselecting the legend. And we are going into the data label chevron, more data label options, and we are ticking value, that we not only see part-time, full-time, but we see what the values are. We close that task pane, that's now closed, and we edit the title to say full-time, part-time, and parental leave. And we move this onto the dashboard. Move chart as an object on the dashboard, and OK. And then looking at the picture, it sits to the right of the histogram. Now we need to create another chart, and this one here is permanent versus full-time, or permanent versus fixed term. It is also a pie chart, but it's not 3D and it's not a donut, it's a 2D. Let's go to calculations. Let's click on Z2, so I'm just going to the right, click on Z2, Control A, F11. Now I change the chart type to a pie, and the first of those four, 5, and OK. We are going to choose layout number 1, color palette number 2, style number 6. We are then going to click the fixed term once, twice, and then pull it up a little bit. So you can actually click a couple of single clicks to zoom in and hone in on a particular slice in a pie chart, and you can pull it and what they call explode it. Move it up. We're going to edit the title. Permanent versus fixed term. Enter. Move chart. Object in the dashboard. OK. And move it and pop it underneath the tree map, which is here. Oops. And just click it, stretch it, so it's about the same height as the pie in front of it. Right, 2 more charts to create. 2 more charts. 1, 2. All right, let's have a look. We are now going to create the number of staff and average age by location. So go back to calculations, go to AC2, go Control A and press F11. Just to make sure I'm correct. That's that data. Now we're going to change the chart type. No, we're not going to change the chart type. We're going to leave the chart type as a column chart. We're going to choose color palette 2 though, color palette 2, and style number 7. We are then going to unselect the legend. We don't need a legend. And we are also going to add a data table to the bottom of our chart so people can clearly see what the figures are. We're going to edit the title, click the title, and simply type staff, number of staff and average age by location. Nice long title. Then we're going to move this chart to our dashboard, and OK. And this chart sits over here to the right of our tree map, and stretch it down because we've got the room. and even out. All right, so that is that particular chart. Then what we have is we have the need for the staff by gender chart, which is sitting underneath our donut and looks like a stacked bar chart. So for this, we need to go to calculations. We need to go to J3. So I'm just going to click here, or J2, Control A, F11. Change the chart type to a bar chart and a stacked bar chart, and this one in particular, and OK. So that's our stacked bar. Then what we need to do is change the layout to number 6, change the colors to number 2, and the style to number 6. We are going to click the green plus and turn off the axis titles, which is this guy and this, because we don't need them. We are also going to edit the title to say staff by gender, and we are going to move it and pop it on our dashboard. A lot of students or learners ask me, why don't you just copy and paste it? I sometimes do if it's just one chart, but I find that you can copy and paste the first chart on the dashboard, and then after that it doesn't let you copy and paste. So that's not helpful at all. So I end up using the move chart button because the copy only works really about once and then it doesn't work anymore. You can just move these, size these till you're happy with them. So I'm just giving everything a little bit of a tweak. Okay, and one last chart. This is the staff by department chart. I'll go to my calculations. I'll choose M3, Control A, F11. The chart type we're looking at here is just normally a column chart, and so I'll leave it on column, but it is color palette number 2, and it is style number 8 that we're looking at here. 8. It is also gender by department in terms of its title, and we just simply move that as an object on the sheet called dashboard and OK. And then I want to move this down here, stretch it a little bit, and then stretch it out. At the end of the day, you really want this to fit nicely on a piece of A3 landscape paper. So I'm going to go Control P, and I'm honed in on that chart. Let me go back out. Don't have any chart particularly selected, so maybe click on the word dashboard, because otherwise it thinks you just want to print that chart and not the whole thing. Control P, now I can see the whole thing. I'll change my paper size to A3. I'll change it to landscape, and I will set scaling to fit sheet on 1 page. And so there is my dashboard fitting on one A3 landscape page. So given that, you could now make things taller, move things around until you're happy that you're fully utilizing that page and every chart is really easy to see. But that is our charting dashboard. So I'm going to save the file, Control S, or the save button. So in summary, for the chart dashboard, we basically had our master data. We applied all sorts of cool functions, flash fill, conditional formatting, to get this data looking just right. Once the data looks right, we can use calculations in a separate sheet to calculate results based on that data. We can then protect that calculation sheet and create a dashboard. And the dashboard reflects the calculations that are in the calculation sheet. So the data can change in the master data, and when it does, the calculations will automatically update, which causes the dashboard to automatically update. So now we just need to look at pivot tables and getting pivot table dashboards to provide us with really good business insights. Now practice what you've learnt, absorb what we've covered, and I'll see you in the next video.